Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Jen. I'm an esthetician and I also own a skincare company called Bauer Beauty, and I also have a very little baby bear that likes to bounce around and shake the camera. Right, baby? Come here. Come here. It's the sweetest thing ever. He only wants to move around once mommy starts filming. And this is my beauty channel. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps the channel. All my social media links will be below, so make sure you subscribe. And let's just hop right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about microneedling. The controversy around microneedling. Who knew it was so controversial? Until I got on social media, I had no idea that at-home dermarolling, microneedling could be so controversial. I think it's so petty. The advice that says like don't dermaroll, it seems like there's no compelling argument to it. So I just wanted to make this video about why the advice to not dermaroll, why that bothers me. I'm going to talk about that today. For context, if I'm looking over here, it's because I have notes over here, but for context, I have been dermarolling since 2013. This was before I was licensed, before I knew what the hell I was doing with my skin, before I knew anything about skin. I just knew I had acne scars and I was trying everything to get rid of them. And I bought a dermaroller off Amazon, and I was probably like 26, 27. I had not much money. I had not many resources. I wasn't educated. None of us really were back then on skincare and whatnot. So anyways, this was just a solution that I had read about, and I bought one off Amazon and it worked, and it honestly changed my acne scars, helped my acne scars more than any other skincare product that I had tried, period. If you have those scars that dip in, those are called box scars, the indents, and those cannot be cured by anything except for really microneedling or laser. It literally helped so much change the texture of my skin and the tone of my skin as well. I had no budget to go to a dermatologist. I had no health insurance. I didn't have a budget to go to a plastic surgeon or advanced procedures. I didn't have like a big budget for any of that. So I'm like very like kind of in support of people being able to do things like this themselves and solve their own problems, because I've been there. I've been the girl that's been broke as fuck with a problem to solve that I can't delegate, that I can't outsource and hire someone. I think my main issue with people giving advice to only get dermarolled or microneedled by a professional is that it seems completely out of touch. It takes the power out of the hands of the people. It forces you to outsource your power, and I'm never about that. I'm about keeping my power within myself. If you're in my shoes in either texture, tone, pigment, scarring that you want to improve, dermarolling is pretty much 99% safe. The 1% of it that's not safe is by human error. It's not the error of the machine, it's the error of the person. And really, you just must employ common sense. And so I get why people like err on the side of caution, like doctors who are maybe liable, and so they have to, because of their board certifications, they have to be more conservative with things like this, with advising things like this. But in general, like it's pretty much 100% safe, with like a little bit of unsafety just because of human error. That is not a compelling enough reason for me to dish out thousands of dollars on procedures. Like really, you'd have to spend thousands of dollars on microneedling procedures. Like if you are in your 20s or 30s or whatever age, and you have these issues you want to solve, but you don't have thousands of dollars of disposable income, what are you supposed to do? Just like live in fear? I'm sorry, that's idiotic. No. I personally think it's irresponsible to not recommend dermarolling, to be honest. What are people supposed to do? Just rely on doctors and estheticians for everything? You know, like this is an easy procedure at home that you can do. And it's kind of like saying like, hey, I was gonna go to Payless and just get a pair of flip-flops, you know, I just need something like for the meantime or whatever. And someone being like, well, you know, that's not as good of a quality as, you know, if something designer. You should probably go buy Chanel sandals instead, because they're gonna last longer, they're higher quality. It's like not even the same stratosphere of like need, right? Because it's like, yes, if you go to a dermatologist and you get a microneedling with radio frequency and you pay $1,500, you are gonna see better results than if you dermaroll for the most part. But those are two totally different procedures anyways. At-home dermarolling and microneedling in a professional office, they're different procedures. They're trying to do the same thing, but they're different procedures. They fulfill different needs. They cost night and day, okay? I feel like there's also kind of like a benefit to doing a less invasive, less crazy procedure more frequently, aka dermarolling at home. Doing a less invasive procedure more often could be better for the skin than doing a more invasive procedure less often. Now, you need both. You need a mixture of both. But what I'm saying is you need a mixture of both. Consistency is king. Like a regular microneedling session is like $150 to $500. If you want radio frequency with it, that's $1,500, which I just got that procedure a month ago. And I'll tell you right now, I don't see $1,500 worth of a difference. And that's the thing with cosmetic procedures is you constantly have to try new things. I've gotten filler, I've gotten Botox, I've gotten laser, I've gotten treatments on my skin, and it's like you're constantly like trying new things, and it takes a lot of money and time and investment to find the right person, to find the right treatment, you know. And like if you don't have disposable income, this is not realistic for you, but picking up a $10 derma roller is. So I think it's absolutely irresponsible that people say that it's dangerous and put that much fear in people. One of the main things that people state as to why you shouldn't dermaroll at home is infection. If you don't sterilize it well enough or clean it well enough, if you roll over a lesion and you spread the bacteria all over the skin, like let's say you have a sunburn, or let's say you have rosacea, or let's say you have open acne or whatever. Yes, these are possible. Like I'm not gonna pay $300 for someone to do it on me when all I need to know is to not do something stupid. People in general are saying don't do it because you might do something stupid. That to me is like, don't protect me. Don't worry about protecting me. I will protect myself. That's why it triggers me so bad. It's like, this is such a small percentage of idiocracy that would have to take place in order for me to actually cause an issue with my skin with a derma roller that I can't believe that people say it as a blanket statement. So yeah, I can get really heated on this topic just because my life consists of employing a lot of common sense and doing a lot of things myself, because you can't always rely on professionals. You can't always find professionals. You can't always afford professionals. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't have access to better skin or a cure to whatever problem you're trying to solve. It doesn't mean that's a blanket statement that you should always try to do it yourself, right? Like I have to hire an accountant every single year to do my taxes. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to attempt to do that. But I can roll a little thingy on my face and I have sensation in my face so I can feel if it's hard or not. And I think my own common sense or intuition says not to roll over a pimple. But yes, that's not going to be like across the board an instinct for every single person. But for me, it's always been an instinct. I'm not going to get blood on my derma roller and then let it sit out on my counter and pick it up and use it the next day. Like it's just intuitive for me to absolutely not do that. And so I think that like the whole concept of telling people that they can't use a derma roller just robs them of their own common sense. It's like it takes complete granted for people's ability to take care of themselves, okay? So it's also like people disregard the fact that like going to a doctor and getting something done to your skin can fuck your skin up too. I have had my skin fucked up. The reason I have deeper scars is because I've gone to professionals that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So my skin has been fucked up way worse by professionals than I've ever done to myself. And I've done a lot of whack shit to myself. I used to use baking soda as an exfoliant. I had used a chemical peel and put oil on top of it, which if you don't know what that does, it enhances the penetration of the chemical peel and burns the fuck out of your skin. I have used lavender oil on freaking pimples, okay, and all over as like a serum, like straight up lavender essential oils. I used to use lemon as a toner, like lemon juice as a toner every morning on my skin. I have done a lot of messed up things to my skin, and derma rolling is not even in the category of the things that I have done to my skin. So it's not like it's risk-free to see a professional. So anyways, if you do want a microneedle or derma roll at home, I recommend getting like a really inexpensive derma roller because you have to buy them frequently. I definitely do not recommend getting an expensive derma roller unless, you know, you do you boo. That's still cheaper than getting it professionally done if you buy like a $50 derma roller once a month. But if you're actively trying to reverse scarring or fine lines and wrinkles, etc., then you need to get a derma roller that, you know, you plan on using it 2 times a week or so while you're actively trying to reverse your scarring or your fine lines or things like this. And during this time, obviously, you can't use any retinoids or chemical exfoliants or physical exfoliants or anything like that. And then get a new derma roller like every 5 to 10 uses. Like, you're gonna want a new derma roller because the needles get a little bit dull. So yeah, that's my perspective on derma rolling and microneedling. I think it's great, nothing's wrong with it, and I think there's a lot of fear mongering out there around it, and it's weird to me. So anyways, yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.